A happy Friday, March 21st, 2025 to you. The Kansas City Chiefs closing out the second week of free agency this Friday with another big signing. We will break it all down. What's up, everybody? Daniel Booth here with your Chiefs news of the day. If you are new to my channel, I discuss Chiefs almost every single day. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't mind, joining the conversation in the comment section below, and let's get right to it. I did not think that this was going to happen, but the Kansas City Chiefs are bringing back one Mr. Charles Omenihu back to the Kansas City Chiefs. This coming just a couple days after the Kansas City Chiefs signed Jerry Tillery, defensive tackle Jerry Tillery, who is going to be seen as a starter, going to be playing next to Chris Jones, and is going to be pretty much his partner in crime. If you remember, Charles Omenihu was originally drafted because we thought that he was the heir apparent to replace one Chris Jones. Chris Jones has signed seemingly extension after extension, coming back again next year for another run at a Super Bowl. And Charles Omenihu is out there in free agency. But let's break down some of this. Defensive end Charles Omenihu will get another opportunity in Kansas City. This is from ProFootballRumors.com. This is not a rumor. This is fact. Omenihu began his NFL career as a fifth-round pick out of Texas in 2019. In his first two seasons with the Texans, Omenihu played a key role as a rotational pass rusher. It says here 5 starts, 29 games, 7 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, 21 quarterback hits, 4 passes defended, 2 forced fumbles. Those are really, really great numbers. And it speaks to what the Kansas City Chiefs thought they were going to get with Charles Omenihu when they drafted him back in the 5th round a couple years ago. That career did not pan out. He spent almost the entire season last year on injured reserve, and so the Kansas City Chiefs are taking a flyer on this guy because of his huge upside. He played in every game of the season for the first time in his career, making 3 starts. That was in 2022. He recorded then career highs with 4.5 sacks and 20 total tackles. He's been eyeing a new contract here shortly after his ACL tear. I couldn't quite remember what it was. Yeah, ACL tear from the 2023 season. But the injury likely complicated things, having made it through recovery. The 27-year-old was given a second chance at a new deal. The Chiefs opted to re-sign him despite him missing all 17 games in the past 2 seasons. The $7 million potential of the contract is likely highly incentive-based. Because of that, Kansas City will hope to see him return to his 2023 form for a full season in 2025. So, again, we've talked a lot about on this channel that the Kansas City Chiefs, this is their MO. This is how they do business over there at One Arrowhead Drive. Because of the outrageous contract, it's not outrageous, he's worth every penny, but because of the big contract, I will say, of one Mr. Patrick Mahomes II and Chris Jones, Antar Center, and a couple other big contracts that we have out there, the Kansas City Chiefs do not have the financial means to go out and sign big free agents to long-term deals, which is why you see a lot of players come here and play for a single year. There are a lot of one-year contracts that are incentive-laden, like this one is, for players who are looking for that big deal and need a year to prove it. Well, they're probably going to prove it with another team. A lot of the times, Kansas City Chiefs players get that one-year deal. They come in here, they either win a Super Bowl or they go to a Super Bowl, and then they go out and they sign with another team somewhere else. And so, well, I want Omenihu to be here for the Kansas City Chiefs long-term. It probably is simply not going to happen, but he is going to be back for another year. Now, this does complicate things. How does it complicate things, Daniel? Well, I'm going to tell you. And the one thing that it most impacts, which I'm really kind of upset about, is this guy, George Karlaftis. The situation is complicated by the Chiefs' latest signing. And what are we talking about here? Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, of course, signing Omenihu. But here, Charles Omenihu's presence will help drive George Karlaftis' price up. It's likely that Karlaftis would already command a deal in the range of $100 million at north of $20 million annually during his 3 years. He's accumulated 24.5 sacks, 56 QB hits, and 93 pressures while appearing in at least 16 games each season. And so therein lies the rub. Therein lies the rub, everybody, because George Karlaftis is probably my favorite player. The Greek, I say. I call him the Greek every time he gets a sack in my man cave with my father-in-law. We scream at the team and scream at the TV. The Greek! But That means that he's probably going to go sign somewhere else, because I don't think that the Kansas City Chiefs, maybe I'm completely wrong, and maybe they short up Patrick Mahomes' contract and Chris Jones' contract so they could go out and pay this guy. That if they did, they have the greatest defensive tackle in front, I think, next season, with the addition of Jerry Tillery, Charles Omenihu, Chris Jones, and then George Karlaftis coming. That is a solid attack coming at the quarterback. And so defense may not win championships, but it sure as heck gets you there when you've got the old 1-5 behind center slinging it around and not having to score every single possession. So George Karlaftis could be a Kansas City Chief. I'm going to go on a record and say probably not, but it could happen. I sure hope it happens. But the signing of Charles Omenihu probably means that they are going to walk on George Karlaftis, not because they want to, but simply because they cannot afford it. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think that we should go out and pay George Karlaftis $100 million and not have the ability to sign anyone else? It's a gamble. Let me know what you think. And as always, go Chiefs. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.